From Nobody to Billionaire's Secret Weapon, Chapter 1, The Invitation. It was 11:47 p.m. when she first heard it, the softest slide of an envelope under her office door. She almost missed it. The cleaning crew had already left. The city outside was just a blur of neon reflections and headlights slicing through rain. She had stayed late again, finishing marketing reports no one would read. Under harsh fluorescent lights that made her skin look even more tired, she pushed back her chair, stretched her fingers, and sighed. Another empty dinner waiting at home. Another night convincing herself she was building her future, when really, she felt invisible. Then she saw it. A black velvet envelope on the floor, catching just a sliver of moonlight from the window. It looked expensive. Heavy. She hesitated, picked it up. The texture felt wrong, almost too soft, like something out of a dream. On the front, her name, handwritten in silver ink, Elena. Her heart stuttered. Who would leave her something like this? Was this a joke? A mistake? She turned it over and carefully broke the black wax seal. Inside was a single card, thick, embossed, shimmering slightly when tilted. Midnight. Penthouse 99. Wear black. Come alone. That was it. No logo. No explanation. No signature. Elena's mind spiraled. She thought about ignoring it. She thought about calling her best friend or her mom. But something deep inside her flickered a tiny spark she hadn't felt in years. Curiosity, excitement, a hunger for something more. She checked the clock. 11:51 p.m. If she was going to make it, she needed to move now. Without overthinking, she grabbed her black trench coat from the rack. Her reflection in the glass door caught her eye. White eyes, hair messy, but a dangerous new glow. She almost didn't recognize herself, and she liked it. As she stepped into the elevator, her phone buzzed. Another message from her ex, begging for a second chance. She turned it off. Tonight, she wasn't the girl who replied at 2 a.m. tonight. She wasn't anyone's afterthought. She hailed a cab, gave the address, and sat in silence as the city lights blurred past. Her mind raced with possibilities. A secret admirer. A job opportunity. A prank. The cab pulled up to a tower she'd only ever seen on billboards. The type of place she imagined celebrities lived. The doorman didn't even ask her name. He just opened the door with a nod, like he'd been waiting for her, and sighed. The lobby gleamed with black marble and gold veins, so polished she could see the shock in her own eyes. A private elevator door opened silently, and a young woman in a sleek black suit gestured her inside. Elena stepped in. The doors closed with a gentle whoosh. No buttons. No floors to choose. Just a slow, smooth ascent into the unknown. Her heart thundered. The soft hum of the elevator felt like a heartbeat echoing through her bones. She watched her reflection in the mirror-lined walls, a woman on the edge of something she couldn't define. When the doors finally opened, she stepped into darkness. The only light came from floor-to-ceiling windows, framing the entire city skyline like a living painting. The room smelled like sandalwood and something sweet she couldn't place. Candles flickered across a sleek black piano in the corner. A low hum of distant music filled the air, and there he was. A tall man in a perfectly tailored black suit stood by the window, looking out over the city, his silhouette sharp, confident. He turned slowly, revealing striking eyes that seemed to cut through the dark. He didn't move toward her. Instead, he raised a glass of dark red wine and nodded slightly, as if he had been expecting her for years. "Welcome." "Elena," he said. His voice was smooth, low, but somehow powerful enough to make the whole room feel smaller. She opened her mouth to speak, but no words came out. Instead, she felt her pulse in her throat, her fingertips, everywhere. He gestured to a chair across from him, a single spotlight illuminating its black velvet cushion. She stepped forward, her heels echoing on the marble floor. As she sat, she realized this wasn't an invitation. It was a summons, He smiled slowly, taking a sip. I've been watching you, he said softly. I know you feel invisible, overlooked. Tonight that changes. 1,000 questions flooded her mind, but she couldn't speak. Instead, she stared into his eyes, feeling like she was falling forward into something deeper than any plan she had ever made. He leaned closer, his voice dropping to a whisper. Tonight, we begin a new story. One where you're the main character. Are you ready? She didn't know why, but she nodded. Her fingers trembled as he reached out, gently brushing her hair behind her ear, a touch so soft it felt electric. He straightened up, set down his glass, and turned toward the window. Again. Good, he said. Because once you step into this world, there's no turning back. Elena looked down at her shaking hands, then back at him, her heart echoing his words. No turning back, Dot, and for the first time in years, she didn't want to.